Welcome back. On my wife and my return side trip to Switzerland last September, one memorable occasion was to have dinner with Rolf and his wife, Trudy, in their home, meeting them in person for the first time. Several months ago, with this presentation in mind, I reached out to Rolf once again. I was hoping to locate historic photographs of the surrounding area and of the bridge in Brook in particular. Rolf was able to locate and add labeling to an aerial photograph from 1962, one where substantially less residential development was quite evident. Rolf also provided a photograph of a rock bridge located farther downstream, typical of what an earlier bridge could have looked like before our current bridge. However, I believe the appearance of our bridge, replaced many times over the centuries, was even more picturesque, spanning the beginnings of a ravine and waterfall. Today, our bridge is entirely utilitarian, designed and engineered to simply and pragmatically enclose a metal culvert pipe, as you will see later. I don't want to get ahead of myself. To resume where we left off before the break, I'd like to show you a few photographs of sections of what I presume to be the disputed pasture area. And to follow are some photographs taken of Kitten Muley, beginning with some historic ones I was able to locate. Historically, Brightville, now Kitten Muley, operated as grist and lumber mills over the centuries. The village name was changed to Kitten Muley in 1688, which was named after Henri Kit, a distinguished city dweller who acquired and expanded upon the property. By the way, the word muley means mill. And here are a few current photographs of Kitten Muley. This historical building operates as a popular restaurant today. Coming up are some photographs of the housing development, which was significant to the story and quest for the legendary bridge in Brook. While I'm at it, the street names in Brubacher means in the Brubacher, or place of Brubacher. And Brubacher-Weg means Brubacher path or Brubacher way. The word Weg is often used to describe a hiking or walking trail as well. And here are some photo images of the rock formations that I questioned earlier. I'm not sure if they are significant or not. Maybe simply retaining walls. Rolf recently discovered an oil painting by the 18th century artist Johann Heinrich Buist with a depiction of a waterfall with rocky terrain at a location called Ehrenbacher-Tobel. Tobel translates as ravine. The artist actually produced more than one painting from the same locale. One could describe this as a wild mountain brook, don't you think? I feel the paintings provide a realistic depiction of how areas of the Brubacher must have looked like around the same time period of the 18th century. Together, by studying various topographical maps, Rolf and I were able to determine the vantage points and setting for the paintings, located just a short distance downstream from where the Chapley-Bach merges into the Dorfbach-Ehrenbach. The name Dorfbach translates as village brook. Note that the Ehrenbacher Tobel is circled and identified as number 1. And also take note of the location of the Brubaker Bridge and another waterfall circled and identified as number 2, located upstream on the Chapley-Bach. In addition to the topographical map, I have highlighted and numbered an aerial view showing the same vantage points in relation to the Ehrenbacher Tobel. And here is a recent photograph that Rolf was able to locate and confirm, taken from a similar vantage point that shows a much tamer and less active waterfall. And a few photographs that I located as well. So in the photographs I have taken and about to share of our namesake brook, the Brubacher, you need to visualize and imagine just how dramatic our brook must have looked like, even farther back in time, during the 14th century. Hopefully, you're able to make out the hiker symbols on this aerial view that indicate the path we will take, coinciding with the following photographs. To begin, here are a few views of our bridge, taken from different vantage points. Take note of the substantial drop in elevation of the brook bed from the upstream side of the bridge to the downstream opposite side of the bridge. To me, reason to believe earlier bridges from the past could have spanned a waterfall. So let's continue on and take a little walk on a developed hiking trail along our mountain brook. While hiking within a ravine alongside the mountain brook, the silence would often be complemented by the sound of cowbells, appropriate background music for Switzerland. Upon reaching the source of the brook, and just outside the tree cover was farmland and wonderful vistas to the south. And finally, the waters from Chappaqua at the flow and end up somewhere. Just downstream of the Brubaker Bridge, the Chappaqua merges into the Dorfbach-Ehrenbach, which eventually becomes simply the Dorfbach, upon flowing through the town of Ehrenbach, emptying into Lake Zurich. This ends my presentation this morning. I certainly hope to see you all this afternoon as I delve into the story of our most notable and some might say infamous Peter Brubacher, accompanied by photographs taken during my travels that would follow Peter's movement from Switzerland to Alsace in the Flattenau region of Germany. Thank you.